Everyone, from the richest guy of the poorest guy, even the drug dealers or whatever, everyone was one. I Love You Baby become because my son was born. The people come to New York and let's do something.
Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of the Ibiza Hall of Fame podcast. Al, where are we today?
Where else? We're in Ibiza.
We're in Ibiza, and today we have a very special guest, one of the original Balearic sound DJs from the island, and spent a lot of time working with Pasha. Welcome, Pippi. How are you today?
Hi guys. Welcome to Ibiza.
My old friend Pippi. It's been many years. We've worked together and we've known each other. Very, very long time.
Long time, really. But we're still here in Ibiza.
We're still going, aren't we?
Yes.
So, when did you first come to the island? What's the story?
Well, it's a long time ago. It was like early 80s. I was living in Germany at the time, and I used to run a record shop and boutique together because I used to work fashion and music together was my passion, you know. And the owner of the shop say, "Oh, the way I know you with your music, your feeling, your vibe, you have to go to Ibiza and see what happened there." So finally I came to Ibiza, and when I came to Pasha first time, I was fascinated because I say, this is the place where I can do my music. How did
that come about? How did you ask them about DJing, or how did that come about?
In Pasha?
Yeah, Pasha.
No, just went there to have fun, meet people, and so time by time I meet the owner, promoter, PT, Ricardo, and always I used to give tapes of my music. So years by years, 91, 92, still coming as a tourist every time, and then one day in February, I was in Germany, in Düsseldorf, in my shop, and opened the door and see PT Urkel with his wife. Say, "What happened?" "Well, we need you now." So that's what's the story. Yeah. Okay, I say, what? I have my position in Germany, everything is, because I used to live in Germany for more than 10 years. I have all my things there. But I say, well, what can I do? The train, it comes only one. You know what I mean? You take it or you lose.
You dropped everything.
And I finally say, okay, give me 3 days to pack all my records, to finish my stuff in Germany, and I come with you guys. So everything started at the 19th March of 1984. I was here and started to play in Pasha.
Fantastic.
So that beginning of the story.
You were probably the first of the three, yourself, Alfredo, and Cesar. You were the first before Cesar as well?
Cesar became 6 months later.
Okay, so you were the first.
Well, before me was an Italian guy called Massimo Zucchelli.
Yeah, we don't know him.
No. Okay. But after that, he has a problem with
we know that.
So funny, they don't have any DJ. They have just a few guys, have some records, even recognized, nothing. So I was actually the first DJ to have a vision how can be a DJ booth, how to organize the record, where to buy record and everything. So
you had your vision.
I started to
put
my
vision.
Yes, absolutely, because my vision was my dream come true. To play in that club.
I
say
totally
my music
that.
belonged to this club, to this atmosphere, and actually was.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a similar story. My story with, as you know, starting in Koo and then moving to Pacha. It was like a dream come true for me, working in the best clubs in the world.
Exactly.
What was the culture like back then when you started DJing?
What do you mean?
What was the tourists? What was everyone doing? What was the culture like? Where was everyone going out?
It was a little different then, wasn't it?
Yeah, different, absolutely. But it was interesting because everyone, from the richest guy of the poorest guy, even the drug dealers or whatever, everyone was one. this was the special thing about Ibiza at that time, you know. So, and we just love it.
Tell us about the change. So you started in 84, and you went. I think you went to 87 or something in Pacha.
Yeah.
Obviously, then there was no four on the floor.
No.
So you were obviously playing jazz, funk, soul, all
Yeah,
sorts,
absolutely, everything together. Even, well, new wave, not so much, because I used to do it Cesar, because Cesar de Melero was more into the white music, new wave. I used to, because
you're more
my
of a
musical
soul
education
man.
is come from black music.
Yeah, soul man,
all my education is black music. So I used to play jazz, funk, and everything about black music
so
influence.
Your second stint at Pacha was 91, and it's the year that I started Mad Mondays.
Yes.
So we started
back,
together.
91, back into Pacha. Yes.
And we did have the four on the floor.
Yes,
complete
only.
Change, huh?
Yes,
complete
absolutely.
Change. Tell us about that
Well,
change.
you know, actually we start to have a beat already 88 in 89 when the acid
we were doing
come
a few
all
parties.
and then after 91 we was already into that vibe, you know, to mix every record on the beats, you know, which was
some of my DJs still talk about you being in the box in Pacha. A good friend of mine, Ray Locke, he always says, "Oh, Pippi, I'll never forget Pippi helping me with the system in Pacha in the box." And,
and play 3 records in the same time. You know, I was crazy about mixing and stuff, you know. And honestly, for me, 90s, all the 90s was the best ages in Ibiza.
It was all new
about
to us, wasn't it? It was
dance, really dance music, because every song, every track has a message,
so many great vocals.
has a message and positive.
Talking about great vocals, you're the big track that you did yourself. That a lot of people don't realise that it's actually your track. It's the original. I Love You Baby.
I Love You Baby because my son was born, Luca.
Ah, nice.
So my friend from New York, he came here to Ibiza every year. He was my fan actually. And the one day he said, "Pippi, come to New York and let's do something. If you ever got idea." So finally, 1984, in the winter, was really cold in New York. And I was inspired because my son was born. And then
I Love You Baby.
I got idea the way to sing. I love you, baby, but I'm not a singer. I say to Walter Tayeb, my partner in this project, I say, we need a singer. So finally we were looking for a singer. We found Everett Bradley, one of the vocalists ever, big in America. So he catch the idea. Next day we booked him to the studio, and the idea was already.
94, 95, it was a massive track.
Yeah, we pressed a few.
It's one of my faves. It was one of my faves.
Actually, I have to thank you, Paul Oakelfold, Tall Paul, Danny Rampling, all of these DJ who was the first to play in England. And then actually XL Recording listen the track, he call us and say, "I want the record." Fantastic. And finally they do remix of Dancing Divas, and MTV do the video in Ibiza, in Pacha, 100% Ibiza, and then become a number 2 in the UK.
Fantastic.
Worldwide. And
great track. Great track. Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
I'm very proud of this work.
You know.
But we did this record to don't think anything about to have a success or to. We didn't realize that the record was so good that became number 2 in pop dance charts. So we did it just for love.
There was only a few dance tracks getting in the national charts back then. I mean, a good friend of mine, Richie Malone, did Move Your Body. I mean, that was the big track in 1990. I mean, but it was rare for a dance record to go into the national charts, wasn't it?
Exactly, and the pop of the top
of the
and
pops,
everything, everywhere, big everywhere. So that was the story of I Love You Baby.
We had Paul actually on the podcast the other day, and I asked him a question. I asked him to describe what the Balearic beat is. Could you give us your...
It's a difficult question.
Well, after, you know, Balearic, the words is already, I don't know, because everyone uses these words for anything, you know. Balearic is for us a vision of lifestyle, and also lifestyle and music, you know. So the way you express yourself with when you play. So this means no mixing, just put a record together, which nobody expects, you know, and that's for me.
It's a feeling as well, isn't it?
It's just
it's
about
not a particular genre.
that moment, that situation, with that people exactly in that moment.
Brilliant.
There is not really a receipt of
there are
this.
some tracks like G Burrow maybe or something.
Yeah, but many others also, you know.
Many others,
I mean, G Burrow, okay, Elkin and Nelson, good. But there was already a way to express yourself when you play. Each DJ in different way, you know. Alfredo expressed himself in his way, I express myself in my way, and the other. So it's just a vision of how do you...
We were talking before we started filming today, and you were telling me a story that you had never told anyone before about you and Alfredo's relationship in the early days. Please tell us about that.
Yeah, in 1984 I started, but I think it was 1985, 1 year later. I don't know Alfredo, I don't know no one on the island. I was here, everyone loves me in somehow, some way, because I brought something different on the island. Start a new musical story, actually. And then Vaughan know that. Vaughan know that. So a guy come to the DJ booth, and it was Alfredo, and say, hey, I'm Alfredo, and this. Where do you buy your records? Because I used to travel every month, buy a record everywhere, Milan, Berlin, London, and New York, and you know. I say, well, I used to run a record shop in Germany, we're still there. Can you bring me there and to buy record? And, you know, I want to start somehow to play music.
You helped him on his way, basically.
Yeah, I'd say, okay, we can do that. In the winter, after the season, we can do that, okay. We organized this. He took a car, which I never forget, because it was winter and his car has an ODC. It was 20 below. It was so good. Nazi, old car. And actually, we went in Germany, buy all the records, and back to Ireland.
But for me, that's a nice story, because, you know, a lot of people talk about Alfredo being the godfather, and but for me, there's three of you. There's not just, there's yourself, and there's Cesar, and there's Alfredo.
But, you know, the thing is...
he looked up to you at the beginning, which is a nice thing.
After that, which I think was no good from his side, he never recognized that. Wow. Because I opened his mind, I opened his vision to know what is what, you know. And he never...
You don't get the recognition you deserve, it does hurt a little.
Yeah, it's a shame, but because I love when someone is interested to know about things and explain, music's there,
I vividly remember all the DJs, some of them used to put white labels on a non-white label just so that people looking in couldn't see what they were playing.
Exactly.
I mean, that happened all the time back then, didn't it?
I used to do this.
Ah, you used to do it.
In some few records I used to. For example, you remember Breeze, the DJ who died with the AIDS at the time, early 90s?
I'm not sure.
Breeze. His family was a minister of sound.
Okay.
So he was the first to bring the record Hysteric Ego. You remember? You know that?
Name. Yeah.
Yeah, Hysteric Ego. You know, it was big. He came to Ibiza and said, Pippi, this is acetate. You know, acetate is the first record.
First one. Yeah.
And I never forget this moment when I played this record and Pasha main room explode in 1 second when I played that record. First time, you know, on the island. Like also Big Love.
It's a good feeling when that happens.
Yeah, absolutely. I was very, very lucky, because at that time the music industry used to support me a lot, especially Simon Dunmore.
Simon's a good lad.
He supported me a lot because...
He's another old soul boy.
Yeah, because I was the only one to... that kind of DJ who play real house music, soulful house music, and he believed me to send me all the record and support.
I remember Simon Dunmore when he was playing jazz funk the same as, you know,
I know.
Back in the day.
already 40 years. I met Simon back in the day when he was young and fresh, and he used to, you know, and we already respect and support still today, you know, when he...
I'm hoping
great people, you know.
Yeah, no, listen, I mean, Simon's done something on this island that I never thought that would match what I did.
Yeah.
Because I did all the clubs, didn't I? I did Coup, I did Pacha, and I did Amnesia, and so I did many clubs every week.
Yeah.
And then after '94, it was one club, 1 week, one promoter or one DJ.
Right.
That was it, wasn't it? But and Simon, but it was slightly different because he had Glitterbox, he had Defected Records, and he had another one. So he had 3 parties going under different guises. Actually, where I did all under black and white.
Glitterbox, for example, I can tell you, is like a random. Glitterbox is already now 11 years, I think. But Simon, he came in February, in the winter, in Ibiza, and said, Pippi, I want to see you and ask you something. I want to have a question with you. And he told me, I got an idea to make something different after Defected, because I want to do something different. And I find that I want to do something like 54, but for the 21st century, you know. And they are saying, I want to do, but today, you know. And he say, I want to do Glitterbox.
More flamboyant.
And I say, yes, Simon, finally you have a different idea, please do that. And finally, 4 months later, he start actually Glitterbox. I'm for the first day with them. I still play with them.
So he respected you. He asked your opinion.
And the starting Boom. Boom was, you know,
that club on the front,
which doesn't exist anymore.
Used to be Angels before.
Exactly. And then after Boom, in Space, and then after Space, High. Still there, Glitterbox.
Still there, fantastic.
As someone who is obviously quite young and new to the scene, I'm 22 years old. I've been able to come to Ibiza for 4 years now. Can you tell me what Studio 54, like that kind of culture around the style was like? Just either you or Al, I don't really mind.
Well, listen, I mean, my take on that was celebrity, flamboyant party. That's pretty much what it was about. And I understand the Glitterbox connection, where he wanted to make it more flamboyant. And you know, for me, I mean, our old friend Brasilio.
Sure.
I mean, you know what he created with La Troya. I mean, it is the original party on the island of La Troya.
Absolutely.
You know, it's a shame that Brasilio's gone now. But we'll do an interview with his nephew. You know, we will honour Brasilio for that as well.
Well, actually, the story of 54 inspired all of us all the time. Actually, I have been playing in Studio 54 1 year before the closing.
You played fantastic.
You remember Marcello?
I do. The tour man.
So he organized a Ibiza party in Studio 54.
I didn't know that.
1 year before. So we left Ibiza like 15 people to go there and make the Ibiza party. What a story when we arrived to the studio, because all black community, we arrived at the Studio 54 and they all watch us strange, like, who are they, you know, what they're gonna do, these people. Well, but, you know, we do the party, the party was great. It was the first Ibiza in New York party ever. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
And then after that, when we started to play music...
You remember what year? Is it the
87. 87, 86, not exactly now. But, you know, so the party actually was great.
Tell me something, is Marcello on the island? Is he around?
Who? Marcello lives in New York. Just yesterday I talked about him.
Sometimes he comes though, don't he?
Yeah, sometimes, but not so few. I talked yesterday with him. So he organized a Ibiza party, and I remember all the DJ black guys, you know, they're watching us. Wow, what are they gonna do with here? No, but we did a party, and actually there was all kind of great, because the party was successful. So years later was closing the Studio 54.
It didn't last very long.
But it was a lot of inspiration, this scene, you know. And actually, Pacha was like this, because
it was.
if I think about one night, I remember Ricardo. I was playing not in the main room, in the old Pasha.
Yeah, the old bit.
Ricardo came in with a horse.
With a horse?
With a horse, with a white horse. You know, we can block in the club. You know?
Fantastic.
Like Bianca Jagger used to do in Studio 54.
So, okay, I get
He was inspired by that situation or not, I don't know. But he came to Pasha with a horse.
Fantastic,
you know?
fantastic.
That's brilliant.
So,
yeah.
big stories, man.
So, with the change of digital obviously being quite big in the scene right now, and DJs having to be quite visible online, how have you, obviously someone who's been DJing from right at the beginning, how have you seen and adapted to the change of digital?
You know, the time change, you have to, if you are in the business, you have to adapt on what's going on today, you know. So, I'm vinyl lover, but in some way,
it's
I
easier.
Think it's easier really to
Not
travel.
heavy on the arms.
Because I used to travel for more than 20 years with 40 kilo around the world with the case, heavy case, and which today you don't need to do anymore. But, you know.
It still doesn't sound quite the same, does it? The vinyl was still king, isn't it?
Of course, but if you buy, I buy music, I don't take music, MP3 shit of, and you know, I like to buy music and support.
Yeah.
Each track I buy, it costs €3 or $3, which is wave and the good quality.
Yeah.
I never buy MP3 anywhere. So, during to support the quality, because I play quality music. I want to give the people the best quality, you know. And I still love it. I love music. I like the digital way because there is no other form to go in the club and play. And but sometimes I play also with vinyl where I can.
Okay.
You know.
Pippi, there's a question that I like to ask every guest on the, and it's a fascinating question for me. Who's your favourite DJ?
Today or of all time?
Your favourite DJ?
Well, for me, in the first place is Frankie Knuckles, who inspired me all the time, from the beginning until
great
the
producer, great DJ,
Yeah, he inspired me a lot for what I do today.
Yeah.
Thank him because at that time I have a friend in New York. He used to recording Frankie Knuckles on radio show, his radio show, WBLS. So every month she used to send me in Germany tapes from Frankie Knuckles. I was really inspired to.
Inspiring, that's
and then you know, after that, of course, Louis Vega and Kenny Dope and
you like the old
Tony Humphries,
DJs,
who are great producer and great DJ in the same time, not just you know what I mean.
Because it's a fascinating question, finding out great DJs. Favorite DJ?
Today, to be honest, I don't know who is my favorite DJ today. I don't know. There is so many.
There's so many now, aren't there?
So many rubbish also. But it's true. The time are what they are.
Everybody's a DJ now.
Yeah, everyone is DJ. He wake up in the next morning. Okay, I'm a DJ. Or I want to be DJ. Okay,
you want to be
DJ?
I've never been a DJ. I've never been a DJ.
So, you know, I'm 50 years a DJ, believe in music and collect music and educate myself into the people ask not this anymore, you know.
No, they don't. You're right.
A shame, but this is
Do you want to hear
today.
No, I was going to follow up on that question of your favourite DJ. I know it's a big shot in the dark because there's so many different tracks out there, but do you have like your favourite track to play on the island? Favourite song, favourite track?
I have a lot of tracks that I love it, especially old school tracks and which is still going, it still works on the dance floor today, which nobody knows, but they are still kicking on the dance floor.
It's a difficult question, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
There is a lot of, without to mention any title, lot of strictly rhythm stuff.
Yeah.
Back in the day, US label, big stuff. house label ever, you know, Strictly Rhythm or even Uniboson, you know, there is a lot. I cannot mention any title
Anyone,
of this.
yeah.
It's a difficult question.
Yeah, I can understand that. I've got another question though. I just want to take it back a little bit further. Obviously, you were the resident DJ at Pasha for many years, and then you had the English DJs coming over in full force. Alan himself bringing DJs over. How did you feel, and how did you feel, and how did you adapt when
I can answer a little bit for you.
Because these new DJs
to start
came
with,
over.
it was difficult for you. I know that.
Well, but
you-
at
but
the
you all
beginning,
became-
try to understand.
Understand
But
what was going
after
on.
that,
Yeah.
I understand because the time, you know, Ibiza started to change in some house.
Well, it was very different because you would be playing every night of the week in your club. It was your club.
Sure, sure.
And then suddenly you had the likes of me turning up with my people, suddenly taking your decks and stuff. So I understand the beginning. There was a few problems with Alfredo, not so much with you. Cesar, we had some problems. It's turning down the amps on us and this kind of stuff. And I put it straight away. I said, stop doing that, guys. Stop doing that, you know. And in the end, we're all friends.
But yeah, absolutely. But you know, this discuss. I have a few days with a guy who organized Las Dalias Peace and Music, you know, and he told me, to be honest, Pippi, I miss you in the night when he used to do Made in Italy party in Pasha, because I used to play in the beginning and at the end. In the middle was the guest DJ. So, and what we do now, he is really surprised because I play all the events and it's amazing. And he told me, Pippi, I feel so sorry that I miss you in the 90s to put you in the middle also with Claudio Coccoluto or all the guest DJ. I used to open and close, you know, closing,
I
you know.
You used to go on.
And now he realized how can offer an old school DJ, you know.
But
which
what I've been talking about on the podcast of previous guests, when I first came to Ibiza in the late 80s doing parties, and that acid house scene kicked off, the London scene was different from the Ibiza scene.
Right.
And so we had you guys doing your Balearic stuff, and then I brought these English guys over with the typical, you know, acid house type music.
Yes.
And it was a come together of two different types of music. Not different types of music, but two different types of dance music.
Yes.
And it created a whole new sound.
Absolutely.
You know, them early days, 1990 onwards,
I was happy.
was so important.
What I wasn't happy because I couldn't play.
You wanted to play all
you know,
night,
because
like
you know,
normally.
I'm a DJ. I cannot stay in a club if I don't play. I go away. I'm a DJ. I have to play. You know, that was for me heavy to stay and wait until again.
I had to battle.
You
for
know,
the 1990.
I was really suffering in the beginning, really, because I said, what I'm gonna do
I
here?
understood. Don't get me wrong.
What I'm doing here, you know, and. Actually, 2001,
you used to come in at 4 o'clock, didn't you?
2001, I decided to leave the main room because I was every day already promoter or DJs, and they are saying, no, I don't need any more the main room. I want to go in the funky room with Vaughn.
Pippi, was it a good thing or a bad thing that I turned up in 1990?
No, it was good. It was good, absolutely, and respected. Minister of Sound at the time, you guys, and you do it well, and it works, you know. And
as
after,
I said, we're all friends now.
Yeah, and then after that, I moved to Funky Room, and we start another story again, you know, with Vaughn. So
Quick fire. Quick fire.
So we usually end the episode with a quick fire, just some questions. So the first one is your top 3 legends of Ibiza.
It doesn't have to be DJ.
It could be any kind
anybody
of
that's you think is very important on this island for you.
Well, right now you have to go on Monday in Las Dalias because it's the most exciting thing happened this year for me.
For a place, so that's a place.
Yes.
But what about people, individuals?
People.
Who's been important to you in your whole Ibiza journey? 3 people that you could say. I mean, I tell you, give you an idea. My 3 people. 1 was Brasilio.
Okay.
2 was Javier, Mambo, people.
Yeah.
And the 3rd one, I actually picked Matutis in a weird way. Right. Because, I mean, people don't understand that story. People think, oh, he's just this big rich guy who runs most of the island, which we all know, and some people do and don't like him for that. But that family did loan the money to the Spanish people to build the hotels.
Right.
And without him building the hotels,
Right.
this place may not have turned out to what it is.
So,
So out of all the people that's
for me, it's
molded-
clear who they are.
Yeah.
Pity Urkel,
There you go, Pity.
because
The brother, the owner of the brothers.
he
if you don't
brought
know
me
them,
to the
owner of the
island
brother.
to make my dream come true.
Yeah. So this is the owner of Pasha's brother.
Yes, yes, which was
who
running.
Flower Power.
Eh?
Who run Flower Power.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Pity Urgel. He brought me.
he brought
He
you.
came to Germany and take me to
You're
my
number
journey.
one. Who's number
yes,
two?
because that's why I'm here, because of him.
Yeah,
you know.
I get that one.
Second, my son inspired me all my life, and the whole island. That's it. You know.
Fantastic.
That's. I
Fantastic.
love,
Brilliant.
still love Ibiza, and do my thing, enjoy life and music.
Brilliant. The next one is, where is your favourite restaurant? Favourite place to eat?
My favorite restaurant right now is new since 2 years. They call it Madunia. It's on the way to Cala Grassionetta.
Okay.
Just have a look there. It's
Okay.
just amazing restaurant.
Before Grassanetta?
Yes, before on the right side.
What
We're
food?
It's
staying
just
there.
new.
We're staying right near there.
It's just new. You can see that.
What food?
Madunia. It's a Mediterranean, but for the farm. You can see the farm there. They do it everything natural, delicious stuff.
Write it down because we might.
Madunia.
Take it. Madunia.
Okay.
Yeah. I would say your favourite place to stay.
But you live it.
Hotel,
It's
you
different.
live it, so
You live it.
it's-
It's different.
Different.
I'm living here.
Yeah.
In my
And,
beautiful
yeah, that-
flat.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's it. Is there anything that you want to add? Anything you're doing at the moment that you want to talk about?
Well,
DJing.
live a life. I just released a big record in England, in New State Recording, and who called Are You Yek? So it's inspiration between Yeke Yeke, you remember?
I love
and
that.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeke
song.
Yeke
Murray
and
Kenton.
Plastic Dream.
Yeah, Murray
Some is not the same, but it's inspired by this record.
Okay, that's a
So
good track
it's
to be
just
inspired. That's a good.
since few weeks release in England, and keep going, producing music and make people happy throughout the music.
So, Pippi, the reason why we're here is to induct you into the Ibiza Hall of Fame. So today we award you this and we induct you.
Oh,
So thank
that's
you
beautiful.
for our
Thank you so
history.
much. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you very much.
Wow, that's
Thank you.
amazing.
Thank you so much, Pippi, for coming onto the show.
Thank you.
Real
Thank
pleasure
you, guys.
listening to your story.
Appreciate your time.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you. And yes, thank you everyone for catching in and watching our episode today. Just like, comment, subscribe, and thank you. And we'll see you next time.